Hi, welcome to this week's episode. My name is Daniel,
My name is Mike.
and this week we are going to look at Faeria.
Yeah.
The game been out for a while, however, it's still considered as an early access. I would say that it's still, maybe you can say that it's still in beta. The developer of this game are still testing out the game, make sure that everything works accordingly. However, I feel like this game is a pretty full-featured game already.
Yeah.
All right. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and start the match between Mike and I, and then we're going to talk about the game and just to show you how the game is played. All right, I'm just going to pick a simple deck here. I'm playing a blue-green deck. Alright, so my strategy is going to be board control, and definitely try to gather some Faeria so that I can play higher level card later on. So start off, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this card because I won't be able to use it. Do I enter? Or okay.
For my strategy, I like to do fire at grass to do damage to his opponent directly.
So really how you start the game is, if you can see, you have cards just like any other CCG games. What's different about this game is that you have two ways of generating your resource. First is your Faeria over here on the left. You get 3 Faeria per turn, and if you don't use this Faeria, you can actually bank it for the next turn to come. Now, the other resource or certain things you want to be aware about is once each turn you can create one of these 4 special lands. You are able to create 2 of a standard land on the board and to put your creature on, and also you can draw a card or gain 1 Faeria per turn. So since I'm going to start playing the blue, I'm going to go start with an island and then go ahead and end my turn here. So each turn, aside from gaining 3 Faeria, you can certainly put your character next to these Faeria nodes. You have 2 on your side and 2 on your opponent's side, which you can gather with what Mike just did with the Farmbury creature here. He's able to gather 1 additional Faeria per turn if he keeps him here. So as you can see in the card, you have the top left hand corner, you have your Faeria cost, which costs 3. So my particular card right now, Lord Thief, costs 3 Faeria, and the number below is the number of island I have to have in order to play this card. So right now I have 1 island, and he needs 2 islands, so I'm going to create another island right here. And I'm going to have him collect Faeria, so I'm going to put him right here, and then I'm going to draw 2 cards from that. Okay. Now, if you lost count of your Faeria, you can always look at the icon right here. It tells you how many of the special land you have created, the number of cards in your deck, the amount of cards in your hand. I'm actually able to create 1 more, but I'm going to not do anything. I'm going to enter, that's it. let's see. Since he destroyed my creature, I'm going to do it again. Since I need some forest to play some of my guys, I'm going to create a forest. Let's go this way. So I'm going to do an earthcraft. I'm going to create another forest, and I'll put it right over here. And so need to do a little bit of catch up here, so let me go ahead and do that. Give me 2 Faeria, and I'm gonna play a creature there. And I'm gonna give 2/2. Okay. Cool. Since Mike is coming toward myself, a good strategy is to try to maybe create some land to buffer so that he doesn't create every land of his, so that he could spawn creature right in front of me. He's already made his way out. Looks like he's playing a more aggressive deck. When that happens, you can just create a... So I'm just going to create a force right here. I'm going to put a taunt character right there.
I want a fat taunt.
So he will have to get through that, and I'm going to end my turn. Now, as you can see, per each turn, a regular creature can move 1 spot per turn. So my creature over here actually will be able to gather to this Faeria. So I can actually make use of him if I want to. Now, other creature will come with a special attribute like flying or jump, which will allow them to move further away or move a little quicker through the board. So let's see, what am I doing here? Okay, so let's go ahead and what do I do here, huh? Force right there.
I'm going more aggressive on you.
Yeah.
Rushing. Okay.
So let's bring this over. Oh, let me go ahead and just not waste. Go ahead and do that. And there's not much I can do. So I'm gonna end my turn.
So I move that way in front of that because I want to build a land right there. And I'm going to buff my dude because I'm just like that. And I keep all character here. Move my guy up so I can get the other Faeria point up there.
I'm in a bit of a pickle here. He has 3 very strong characters here. So I think I'm going to move out of the way. Gain another Faeria. I will be creating an island. Let's put that over here. give it to himself.
No, she like. Is that top? Oh, no, that's not.
Actually, that's probably too late.
Yeah.
Good game.
My first like was like two.
Alright, so that was a quick game. Yeah, that's pretty much the basic of how you play the game. You build your land in the board, and then you summon creature, you play spells, and pretty much just like other CCG. The added element is to you able to gather up resources. Let's go ahead and play another game since that is a short game. Alright, let me give you a meaningful competition here. Let's do that. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, whoa. Okay, it's not going to be as fast as the other one. It'll be a lot slower. A lot slower. You can see Daniel making all his crazy land close to his Faeria already.
Yeah, I had a pretty good draw, so
That was a good draw. Oh wow, another one?
yeah, so usually that rarely happens when you draw three of the same card um, in the beginning of turn, and those are cards that allow you to create different lands here, but now I'm kind of stuck with these high cost cards in my hand, so alright, so here's one that I can play. Go ahead and just do that. Ping for one, and I would need another mountain. I think I'm going to put that here. Okay.
He shot me for one, I wonder why. This is not cool.
So at the moment, my strategy isn't to attack Mike early on. My strategy is to gather Faeria, so I have enough Faeria to play my big cost cards. But we'll see how Mike does here.
Look at the rascal. Firestone, that's a powerful card.
Yep. So Mike, what do you like about this game?
Well, what I like about the game is that you can create land, deploy your troops, able to cast spells, something similar to magic in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, actually, it's like to me, it's like playing magic in a way that you actually see your land and put in some kind of formation, not like just at the back row. And this game also makes a lot of uh, strategy that you have to come up with, not because it's straightforward. Just go to the other side and bash your opponent, or else you won't have enough resources to cast more, you know, creatures or spells.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan? What do you like about the game?
The game, I like the game because it's different. Although you have a lot of the same CGG environment, CCG feel to it, but they also offer you a board where you have to strategically place your creature around, and that you get with the miniature game instead of card game. So you get a little bit of both. If you like to play each of these genre, I'd say this is a great game to get into. So.
I totally agree with you there. With that answer. A few games offer something similar to this, but they make it like so big and massive that it's forever to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least with this one. That's a deep avoid.
I'm not able to capitalize with my board wife to Mike because all my card in my hand here are really high cost, and so I'm having to collect Faeria in order to play it. And now Mike is looking like he's recovered, so I didn't like that too much. So. A little bit of a desperate move, but
Oh, you got like more troops that was supposed to get big and big for me. That's not cool, bro.
mm-hmm.
It was a desperate move from you. Okay, fly. Dang, charge 2. I think that was not a wise move from you. Yeah, for my deck, I just have cards that hit your hero directly, or in combat, it would just do damage to your hero directly. That's my deck. Got a few cards to do myself too, so that's the concept. Do damage to you. With less effort. Wow. Wow. That's like a very good signature taunt right here. If you want like that damage. So that card, if you can heal yourself and I keep dealing damage, I can imagine it can be very fast. So then, is there anything that you don't like about the game?
I just played this game a couple of days in. So far, I don't see any drawbacks. However, um, um, I'm not a rush deck player, so when I see rush, I get a little bit frustrated. But at the same time, I don't like playing rush all that much. But this game, I think red is very good. Even if you want to play a little bit of control. Um, so I think the game is quite balanced in terms of if it allows me to play control versus um, having to play rush because you know everybody's playing rush. So I'm gonna put something here.
I like to play fast games.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like similar to Magic in a way, is that you want to make like multicolored decks. You need to have green in your deck if you want to accomplish that.
Yeah.
To help create a very different color deck for yourself. Why are you afraid of attacking these guys? Ooh, suicide for me too. Let's see how this game goes. I'm quite curious. Neck to neck. I could draw that one measly card, maybe. That wolf play actually saved my life. Ooh, double trouble for me now.
Think it's game.
Got something that's like true. Oh, yeah, that game.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Good game, Mike.
Yeah. Oh.
You got one game. I got one game. All right, let's talk about the game a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, since we kind of played and didn't really talk much about it, what did I not like about the game? So far, the game is great. The game does come with a campaign mode,
Yeah.
which you can go through to get some more cards. Like Hearthstone, you're not forced to buy cards.
That's true.
But unlike Hearthstone, you have the option of paying $50 to get all the cards.
Yeah.
So if you believe that you don't have time or you think you're going to be spending a lot more on boosters, go ahead and just pay the $50 and you get every card anyway. If you want to go ahead and just play and gain cards that way, you can. So this game offers both ways for you to get your cards and still be able to play meaningful games. I played in the beginning. I played with the starter cards, and those cards aren't too bad. But obviously, in a card game, they want you to invest in the cards so that you get more rare cards. And obviously, some of the rare cards are really powerful. But you're only allowed to have one, just like Hearthstone. With your legendary card, you only have to allow one copy in your deck, which is a really good way to de-emphasize some of the really powerful card. Because if you allow 3 copies and it's like super powerful, maybe makes your deck broken. Now, in comparison to other games, Mike, what do you think about this game?
Well, I like the simplicity of the game as well. It's not like it's like not complicated at all. Very straightforward, and I love the interface of the game. It's really beautiful and very
Yeah, I would say that the navigation it's pretty similar to Hearthstone, and I think Hearthstone sets the bar for any sort of CCG game that want to be played either as apps or as like what we see here on Faeria. If you're going to look to develop a CCG game, you want to look at the way they navigate. In comparison to other games like Magic Online, for instance, I really don't like their navigation. Just because there's like, it's like your early, I would say like early 2000 UI where you have tabs everywhere. You have different windows to do different thing, and the deck builder that they have isn't very user friendly.
It seems like quite old school in a way. He's like not great.
Yeah. However, well, Hearthstone and Faeria are still young, and so the amount of cards in their card pool is not that much at the moment. So it's easy to navigate through the cards. But as you grow as big as Magic, one of the complaints that I have was it's really difficult to find the cards that you want, or you're not aware of all the cards that are out there because there's so many of them.
Pokemon also has have the same problem as Magic. There's so many cards, it's hard to navigate through all of them as well.
Yeah, and especially Pokemon, if you look at their UI, that's like an early '90s UI. It's more like a Nintendo UI, which I believe they should update. And some of these games that are a lot newer will have a better look and feel to it. I really like the look and feel of this game, but essentially it's the same as Hex or Hearthstone, where they simplify it so that you're able to play or build decks faster. You get to play faster. Now, in terms of investment, this game, if you're going to buy all the cards and pay the early access fee, you're going to pay about $60, roughly about that. $60 isn't. It depends on what games you compare it to. If you compare to a console game, for instance, $60 right now seems to be a little bit short on content, but eventually they're going to add more cards and more content. I would say that this is a good starting point of this company. And maybe later on in the future, I can just buy the booster packs with my gold, and maybe I would not invest anymore until they add more content, or if they add content that I deem worth spending money on, then I would totally do that. But this game, I'd say it's very good for anybody who likes, like I've mentioned before, who likes CCG and miniature, a little bit of tactics, if you like Final Fantasy Tactics, this grid style play, and it has a lot of different game element combined together. And yet, even though it seems complicated, once you get used to it, and it doesn't take a high learning curve to learn it too, especially if you come from a CCG background. Yeah, you're not going to have much trouble picking up this game at all. Just quickly, the first option to solo, obviously that's your campaign mode. There's about, I think, well, I don't quite remember how many. So there's 3 campaign, and each campaign has has 3 opponents, and so it's quite short. But this will get you the core cards and some of the feel for the game. Now the second is battle, and this is where you get to PvP. And there's online players which you can play against, or you can, like Mike and I did, and we can play against each other. And then lastly, Pandora. Pandora is a draft mode where you draft a card, and then it's just like Hearthstone, where once you draft your deck, you go in and you battle other players for it. So pretty standard. All right, I think that's wraps it up for this week. If you like this sort of video, so please like and subscribe. If you have any question about this game, please let us know, and we will get you an answer. And if you want to share any experience with the game, also please leave the comment below, and we would love to hear your story and how you play this game. So, all right, so we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.